Have you ever felt like life is a never-ending battle, where you are faced with criticism, comparisons, and invisible pressures? Have you ever wondered, how can I keep my mind at peace amidst all the turmoil? Or how can insults, jealousy, or disappointments no longer have the power to affect me? Imagine that you are a big tree standing in the middle of a storm. The wind blows hard, but your roots are deep in the ground. Nothing can knock you down. Is this possible? The answer is yes, and the secret lies in the principles taught by the Buddha. In this video, we will explore 10 Buddhist principles that will help you not only keep your mind at peace but also master any situation. These principles are not lofty words, but the key to living a free life, steadfast in the face of any challenge. Let's start the journey of discovery now. Acceptance does not mean giving up or tolerating, but understanding that everything happens for a reason and has its own value. The Buddha once said, "Accept what is, let go of what was, and trust in what will be." Acceptance is the foundation for achieving inner peace. Instead of fighting with reality or trying to change things that cannot be changed, learn to accept them. This not only saves you energy but also opens the door for you to find clarity in your actions. There was a Zen master who lived in a small village. One day, a young girl in the village became pregnant and said that the Zen master was the father of the child. The villagers were angry, criticized, and humiliated him, but he only replied, "Oh." After the child was born, the girl confessed that she had lied and that the real father was someone else. The villagers went back to apologize to the Zen master. He only said, "Oh." This story illustrates acceptance and letting go. The Zen master did not let the opinions or actions of others affect his inner peace. I have encountered situations that did not go as expected, such as cancelled work plans or lost important opportunities. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, I learned to accept that there were things that were beyond my control. This helped me redirect my energy to focus on the things I could change. Acceptance does not mean giving up. Accept reality but still actively seek solutions to improve the situation. Let go of the past. Remind yourself that you cannot change what has happened, but you can control how you react to the present. Trust in the future. Accepting reality does not mean giving up hope. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes. Take a deep breath, and remind yourself, "I accept things as they are." Write down the things that bother you and ask yourself, "Is this really beyond my control?" Instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Acceptance is the key to living a peaceful and meaningful life. When you learn to accept, you will no longer feel trapped by your circumstances, but instead feel free and awake. Buddhism emphasizes the intimate relationship between humans and nature. The Buddha once said, "Just as a fire cannot burn without air, humans cannot live without connecting with nature." Living in harmony with nature is not only about respecting the environment, but also about finding balance and peace in its rhythm. By understanding and living in accordance with the natural cycles, you will reduce stress and feel more harmonious. In a forest, there is an ancient tree that has stood firm for hundreds of years despite many great storms. A forester asked, "Why don't you break like other trees?" The tree replied, "Because I have learned to flow with the wind, not against it. When the wind blows hard, I lean with it, and when the wind stops, I stand upright again." This story teaches that when you live in the rhythm of nature, you become flexible and resilient to the upheavals of life. I have found that the times I feel most at peace are when I spend time in nature, watching the sunrise, listening to the birds, or simply walking in the woods. Nature reminds me that life doesn't need to be complicated. Simplicity is what makes happiness. Follow the rhythm of nature. Wake up early with the sun. Rest when it gets dark. These habits not only improve your health but also bring balance to your soul. Respect nature. Realize that you are a part of nature, not its master. Find peace in nature. When you feel stressed, take some time to connect with nature, even if it is just for a few minutes. Take a daily walk. Go for a walk in a park or other green space to reconnect with nature. Create a green space. Place a few small potted plants in your home or workplace to bring a sense of peace. Practice nature meditation. When you are outdoors, take a few minutes to observe and feel nature with all your senses. Living in harmony with nature not only makes you healthier but also brings true peace and happiness. Remember, Nature is not only your living environment but also your teacher of balance and resilience. Ethics are not just rules of conduct, but also the core of building a meaningful and peaceful life. Buddhism teaches that all our actions, words, and thoughts create karma, and ethics is the key to creating good karma. The Buddha once said, "Mind is everything. What you think, you become." Living ethically not only helps you have peace of mind but also builds harmonious and lasting relationships. Once, a king wanted to test the honesty of his courtiers. He gave each of them a seed and said, "Whoever grows the most beautiful tree from this seed will become his successor." After a few months, all of his courtiers brought beautiful trees, except for one who only brought a pot of empty soil. The king asked him why there was no tree. He replied, "Your Majesty, the seed did not sprout despite my best efforts." The king smiled. "The seeds I gave you are all boiled. The most honest person is the only one worthy of the throne." The story emphasizes that ethics and honesty are always respected, no matter the circumstances. I have found that being ethical not only helps me feel relieved but also brings trust from people around me. There are times when I am faced with difficult choices, but acting according to my conscience has helped me maintain respect for myself and others. Be ethical. Before every decision, ask yourself, is this consistent with my values? Act with compassion. Put the interests of others first in every action. Build trust. Ethics is the foundation of every lasting relationship. Practice honesty, even in difficult situations. Always tell the truth. Set ethical goals. Make a list of ethical values you want to maintain and check in with yourself every week. Spread kindness. Do at least one act of kindness every day, like helping someone or sharing a word of encouragement. Living ethically is not only a path to inner peace, but it also helps you build a life that is meaningful, trustworthy, and respected. Gratitude is a way for us to focus our minds on the positive and beautiful things in life. Buddha once said, "Be grateful even for the smallest things, because they make up the miracle of your life." When you practice gratitude, you not only reduce stress and anxiety but also find joy in simple things. One day, a poor man came to the Buddha and complained that his life was so difficult that there was nothing to be grateful for. The Buddha asked him, "If tomorrow morning you lost your eyes, would you be willing to trade all your possessions to get them back?" The man replied, "Of course." Buddha said, "Then why aren't you grateful that you still have eyes?" The story reminds us that the seemingly ordinary things are the most precious things that we often forget to appreciate. There are days when life feels like it's not going my way. But when I take the time to write down the things I'm grateful for, like my health, my family, and the opportunity to learn, I realize that I have more than I thought. Gratitude has changed the way I look at life, turning challenges into opportunities. Pay attention to the little things. Don't wait until something big happens to feel grateful. Small things like sunshine, a good meal, or a smile are also worth appreciating. Look on the bright side. When you're going through a difficult time, ask yourself, what good can come from this situation? Be grateful to others. Don't be afraid to express gratitude to those around you. Keep a gratitude journal. Every night, write down at least 3 things you are grateful for during the day. Practice, thank you. Say, thank you, sincerely whenever someone helps you. No matter how small. Remind yourself. When you feel negative, remind yourself, there are so many things I can be grateful for right now. Gratitude is a magical medicine that helps you realize the good things that are already present in your life. When you live with gratitude, you will feel that life becomes richer and more meaningful. Buddhism teaches that the root of suffering is clinging and the desire to control things. The Buddha once said, "You only lose what you cling to." The truth is, life is always changing and unpredictable. But when you learn to let go and trust the process, you will find freedom and peace. Imagine you are swimming in a river. If you try to swim upstream, you will feel exhausted and frustrated. But if you let yourself go with the flow, you will find that things become easier. Letting go of control does not mean giving up trying, but rather doing your best and letting things happen naturally. One day, a farmer lost his only horse. His neighbors came to comfort him, but he simply said, "It could be good, it could be bad, who knows?" A few days later, the horse returned, leading a herd of wild horses. The neighbors were delighted and said, "What a blessing." The farmer still replied, "It could be good, it could be bad, who knows?" Then his son fell off a wild horse and broke his leg. People came to offer their condolences. But he still said, "It could be good. It could be bad. Who knows?" Eventually, a war broke out and all the young men in the village were drafted into the army. Except for his son who was injured. People realized that what initially seemed bad turned out to be a blessing. This story teaches that life always has a reason. And instead of trying to control everything, let things happen naturally. I used to be someone who always wanted to control every aspect of my life. From work to relationships. But the more I tried to control, the more tired and frustrated I felt. When I learned to let go, I realized that good things happen when I least expected them. This not only brought me relief, but also helped me see things in a more positive light. Trust the process. Life is a journey. And sometimes the difficulties you encounter are the stepping stones to your growth. Let go of expectations. Instead of clinging to the outcome, focus on the effort and accept whatever results happen. Learn to be flexible. When things don't go your way, adjust instead of forcing them. Practice letting go meditation when you encounter difficulties. Take a moment to close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And imagine yourself letting go of all your worries. Record surprise lessons. Write down times when you didn't get what you wanted, but then realized that the outcome was better than expected. Remind yourself, when you feel stressed, tell yourself, "I can't control everything." And that's okay. When you learn to let go of control and trust the process, you will experience true freedom. Life doesn't always go the way you want it to, but it always leads you where you need to go. Be open to it and enjoy the journey. Dear friend, life is a journey full of ups and downs and challenges. But the amazing thing is, the power to overcome all lies not in the outside world, but within yourself. The Buddhist principles we have just shared will not only help you face difficulties, but also be a guiding light for you to discover a stronger and more peaceful version of yourself. You may find that sometimes, insults are opportunities for you to learn to let go. Jealousy is a lesson for you to cultivate admiration. Or failure is an opportunity for you to accept and renew yourself. But most importantly, you need to put your faith in yourself. That you have the ability to control your mind and how you react to the world. I believe that each of us is a lamp. And that lamp will shine brightly when we know how to light it with compassion, acceptance, and gratitude. So today, will you choose to light your lamp with how? Maybe it's letting go of the burdens in your mind. Maybe it's being grateful for the little things in life. Or simply facing tomorrow with a more stable mind. Remember, peace never comes from the outside, but from how you perceive and live in the present. If you find these lessons meaningful, please share them with your loved ones. Together, we can spread the light of awareness everywhere. Thank you for joining us on this journey. I hope that, through these moments, you have found something that touches your soul. See you in the next videos of the Slow Down channel. Live peacefully. And always remember that you are the light of your life.